नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानंदमूर्तये निष्प्रपंचाय संताय निरालंबाय तेजसे शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभासकृतं वन्दे भगवन्तं पुनः पुनः ईश्वर गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने ब्रह्मवेद व्याप्त देहाय श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः हरिः ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। Today we are going to study the Advaita Vedantic perspectives on the subject of Atma Bodha. Not this. Atma Bodha. Atma Bodha. So today we are going to study Atma Bodha. Atma, the spirit, the soul, and Bodha means the wisdom. Actually, Bodha means is enlightenment. Bodha means enlightenment, like Atma. Atma Bodha means a person have the wisdom and enlightenment on the spirit of the Atma. So Atma Bodha. Atma Bodha is all about a person became full of wisdom of the Atma, the soul, and became enlightenment. So today the subject of a yogic perspective of enlightenment, and especially Adiguru Shankaracharya written this Atma Bodha is all about 68 verses, 68 sutras. Adsat, totally 68. The 68 sutras specially is for the Padmapad. And among the all students and disciples of the Shankaracharya, he had the 4 disciples. And Padmapad, he was not very much intellectual. He was not very much intellectual like Jnana Yogi. But special verses are especially these verses of the Atma Bodha is all about the Padmapad. How Padmapad gets the knowledge? With the Seva Bhava. Seva, Karma Yoga. So Padmapada only did Seva to his beloved Guru. For his beloved Guru, Adiguru Shankaracharya. So therefore his name called Padmapad. And other students are they're very much intellectualized, they're very much intellectual, they think they have too much wisdom, too much knowledge, they're scholars, but Padmapada only did seva for his Guru. He have duty to cook, cleaning the cloth of the Guru, bring the wood, whatever. So everybody study. But Padmapad not used to go to class to study anything. But Padmapada is the only disciple who got knowledge of Atma Jnana Of course, 3 disciples, the Atmagyan later. But Padmapada, he got the knowledge of Atma. Among the all disciples, the number 1, because doing the seva. You got me now? So this Atmabada, Adiguru Shankaracharya particularly dedicated to the Padmapada, to his beloved disciples, who got the Atmajnana with his seva. And Atmananda says, I have no time to do seva. Atmananda need to find efforts to do some seva. Whatever do seva for 1 minute or 2 minutes, it has to be no expectations, with the complete dedications, with the not fulfilling personal desires. And that's the real seva. So whatever you engage your sansaric life, that is well. Special this lecture to Atma Nanda. So you can engage your social life, sansaric life. At the same time, you must find out some time for seva, right? It's like Padmapada. So you can have Padmapada get knowledge of Atma Jnana. So Atmananda means bliss in Atma, wisdom of seva. So Atma Bodha, that is the 68 sutras. Out of them today, I'm going to explain the sutra number 15, because there was classes you have been studying already 14. Taught by Swami Pragyananji, Atma Bodha. You remember? So Atma Bodha was taught by Swami Pragyananji.
So you want to carry on from where to where?
So I'm today, yes, I'm carrying on the 15th. But somehow I just give the essence of the Atma Bodha is also related to Atharvaveda as well. It is the part of the Atharvavedas. Atharvaveda.
Atharvaveda.
Yes.
Very good.
Actually, Atharvaveda is the 4th Veda. Past the written, the first which Vedas written. Past the Shukla Yajurveda. Sorry, the how say? Karma Kand. So Shukla Yajurveda. Yajurveda is the first Vedas. Check it in Google. Yajurveda. I don't know the systematically, but Yajurveda is the first Vedas. If you have a little doubt, you can check the Google. Can check the Google. Let to clarify. Yajurveda, Samveda, Rigveda, Atharvaveda. Atharvaveda is the final. Atharvaveda was not revealed very beginning.
Rigveda is considered to be
Rigveda is the oldest.
another story like Brahma had 4 Vedas, 4 head, and he speak of to one time for 4 mouths. And Veda Vyasa, he Vyas the means he giving the separate. This.
But Vedavyas is concluded in the final Vedas, Atharvaveda. That was the final Veda, 4th Veda, which is out after 3. So Vedavyas conclude the Atharvaveda final. Yes or no? Not exactly, but it's like that. Some katha is there. But anyway, I'm not a scholar on the Vedas. I'm not a scholar. I'm a scholar only the Vedantic terminologies.
In
So
Wikipedia,
like
Atharvaveda.
huh?
Atharvaveda. It's in Atharvaveda. Atharvaveda says in Wikipedia.
Together says all this known.
But we have to understand anyway. But we have to understand the first Karma Kand comes. And Karma Kand related to Yajurveda. First the Karma Kand, then Upasana Kand, then Gyan Kand. We have 3 Kandas. But without karma kanda, there is no upasana kanda, and without upasana, there is no jnana kanda. So therefore, first we walk on the path of karma kanda. That is called Yajurveda. And Yajurveda related to karma kanda. And then Rig Veda is all about the jnana kanda. Samveda is the upasana kanda. But upasana kanda also mixed up. Upasana kanda is all about yogic sadhanas. Jnana kanda is all about Advaita. And Yajurveda is all about karma kanda to reach the heaven. And Samveda also related to all kind of dancing, all kind of dance, nurtya, like all this. Atharveda is all about fighting, like war, the weapons, astras, and so on. This is the sarans. But although Jnana is collected by every Vedas as well, but Yajurveda specifically karma kanda. You get me? That is the general essence. Karma kanda, upasana kanda, and jnana kanda. Upasana kanda is all about meditation, all about yogic science.
Bhakti comes in upasana.
Bhakti is coming from karma kanda. Because bhakti, upasana, all kind of karma kanda is there, bhakti, devotions. Because that is all about worship to God and Goddess. 33 million God and Goddess. So anyway, so we are not going to speak about Vedas today because I am not a scholar to speak about this. And I have nothing to do with all kind of Vedas except Sannyasin. We speak about 10 principal Upanishads mainly. And so therefore we don't spend as a Sannyasin time with all Vedas. That is the job of Brahmins and easy. So you need to spend so much time to study all. So today we are speaking about the 15th. So what you have been study about 14 sutras Atma Bodha. So Atma Bodha, what you study? Do you remember anything Atmanan? I also asked to the Shiva Puja here also what she remember.
I remember is very Swami Pragyanandaji was repeating all the time, the wave is the ocean. The wave is the ocean, the wave is the ocean, the wave is the ocean. All the time to make it very clear.
Okay. Now I would like to ask to the Shiva Puja. Do you remember anything about Atmada? Please tell few words.
Beautiful verses by Shankaracharya about what we are not and what we are. So what we're not fuzzy. We're not all the definitions that we might have in the social sense, including the status, the title, the job, the gender, the body. This is all fuzzy. And we are not that. What we are is, but we are not that. We think we are that, but this is avidya. This is a mistake. We can have many roles of daughter. I am a daughter. I am a sister. I am a student. I am a service. I have been a worker, but I am none of this. All of these are upadhyas.
So thank you for the feedback. So today, and Shiva tried to share our thoughts about Atmavada. Everything is avidya, what we are liking. You are daughter of someone, husband of someone, father of someone, right? This is called upadhi. But it's not mistake. What is the word you say? This is not mistake. It's not avidya. It is called apparent truth. That is the absolute truth, and that's the apparent truth. Apparent truth, we cannot say always is avidya. Apparent truth, we can't say is mistake, because without apparent truth, we can't go to higher truth. So therefore, we have to speak positive language. We cannot speak negative language. So always you have to approach